Hi, this is Andy with Sherpa Business Development. One of the most common challenges that we have as business owners, as marketers, is getting our prospects' attention. It's something I spend a fair amount of time with my clients on. It's something I'm conscious of in my own business. So I put together this short video to give you just a nugget of information that can really help you get your prospects' attention better, a leg up relative to your competition, so that you can get better results from your marketing. So first of all, let's put this problem in context. This is a quote from David Shenk, the author, talking about how many messages we are all getting inundated with every day, especially as Americans. Now, the number of messages really doesn't matter. You can think about this in the context of your own experience. How easy is it for you to ignore advertising, email messages that come to you, postcards, you name it? It's a requirement that we filter, that we ignore the vast majority of messages that come to us. Now flip that back around to being the business owner, the marketer, who's trying to get the attention of an audience who we know we could help with our product or service. We can't just throw up our hands and give up. We have to find ways to break through this clutter and get our prospects' attention. So short of an entire lesson about marketing and selling strategy and how to pull together a comprehensive plan that'll work, I want to give you just one question to ask yourself, a single question to ask yourself that'll help you evaluate what you're doing and improve the results, improve your ability to get your prospects' attention. And that question is, are you communicating based on where they are, where your prospects are, or where you are? So it's a bit of a nebulous question on purpose, because on the next slide I'm going to introduce to you an image, a concept that I want you to keep in mind as much as possible and test yourself on every opportunity. You're going to test yourself on how well you incorporate this philosophy based on the image on the next slide. Okay? So I want you to imagine that there is a river, and on one side of the river you have your prospects. They have problems, frustrations, and desires. And you, as a marketer, as a business owner, are on the opposite side of the river. You have your products, services, and capabilities to offer. Now look at the images of the people. This is often really what we're battling with. We have a prospect who's tied up. They've got their own issues, their own fires to put out. And we're over on the other side of the river trying to get their attention, saying, hey, come on over here, check out what I have to offer. I can help you with that. Our products and services can address that for you, but we're too busy trying to get them to stop what they're doing and pay attention to us. Let me just use a business example that perhaps we can all relate to. Imagine you run an auto repair shop, and prior to your knowledge about this concept, prior to your recognition that messages on the left-hand side of this river are very likely to fall on deaf ears, you might have marketing that would talk about the services that you offer, the kinds of cars that you service, the number of certifications that you and your team have, how long you've been in business, things like that. Things about you, about your business, about your services, and frankly, things that many of your competitors could all say as well. That's part of our challenge in breaking through the clutter. Messages that are on the left side of this river that are about us and our stuff are very easy to sound like messages from the rest of our competitors. Sometimes I think about this like a Peanuts cartoon with all the adults. They just sound like wah, 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 wah. We don't understand what they're saying. It's super easy to ignore, to stick to the right side of the river, battle with our fires, and just tune all that out. So as the owner of this auto repair shop, enlightened with this concept of, okay, I have to get to the right side of the river, use the vocabulary of my prospects, help them with their problems, frustrations, or help them get closer to their desires, then they'll pay attention to me. You might first recognize, okay, what are the problems that our services address? And begin to market in those terms, like, is your car making funny noises? Does it have over 100,000 miles? Are your brakes squealing? Right? So you can imagine campaigns, postcards, advertisements about these problems, hoping that more of your prospects will see themselves, will recognize themselves and the issues that they face within your marketing message. Okay, so perhaps a campaign like that, you have incrementally better results, but by the same token, you're thinking, holy cow, there are thousands of potential problems with cars. How can I increase my chances of having the right message hit the right person at the right time? Boy, it sounds like it actually might not be a great strategy. So a sophisticated business owner might realize they've got to dig a little deeper, might do some research, have some conversations with customers, and come to realize, okay, there are really some underlying problems or frustrations that I need to address, that my business needs to be the hero to get at these other underlying unspoken and perhaps even unconscious issues, and starting to ask questions like, why does this typical prospect not already have a repair shop that they know, use, and love? Are there fears about getting taken? Is there a sense of being ignorant about cars and not wanting to face that ignorance with a know-it-all mechanic? So what are those underlying issues? And as the business owner, you might come to realize that marketing around those messages might be more successful. A letter detailing the 10 questions that every car owner needs to ask their mechanic and the answers that an honest mechanic will give you. Or video tips about how to make sure that you're getting the right price. A referral to automd.com, which will tell anybody what the right price is for a given repair service. How can you be the messenger that addresses the frustrations of your prospect audience, gets them closer to the desires that they have? Do that first, and you'll voluntarily have people stand up from what they're tangled in, want to cross the river, want to check out what you have to offer. So if you want to break through the clutter, have your business get the attention, have your message get the attention of your ideal prospects, you've got to start the relationship on the same side of the river as your prospect, using their vocabulary, helping address their problems, helping them get closer to the desires that they have, without being concerned that you have to educate them about your products, services, and capabilities. That comes later. That's step 2. Okay, so we talked about step 1, helping you get the attention of your prospects, break through the clutter. I hope you found this helpful. I wish you luck and much success.